Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how to make some dandelion tea. Most gardens and grassy areas in North Carolina are covered with what is typically considered just a weed, and certainly are in my yard as well. But I have discovered that the flowers especially are very useful for making some nice tea during the springtime. So if you Google dandelions, you'll probably land on the Wikipedia page that I'm looking at right now. And if you jump down to nutrition, here you'll see that the greens contain high amounts of A, C, and K, and some other sources of calcium, potassium, iron, so forth, so on. You also see that the flowers contain a lot of these words I can't even pronounce. Um, and then down here it says edibility. The entire plant, including the leaves, stems, flowers, and roots, is edible and nutritious. And I've found that the flowers particularly are useful to me for making tea. And so without further ado, I will go ahead and show you how to do that. Stay tuned. So the first thing to do is locate the flower slash weed, and you can see it's got a bright, remarkable looking flower, and you can see the leaves kind of like that. So I just pick them up by the stems. These are a little small because I've mainly picked the bigger ones, but let's see if we can find some larger ones. They can grow short like this, or they can grow real tall. I'll show you some stems in a bit. Once you have about 7 or 8 of them, then you are good to go. Oh, here's a nice one. Don't worry about any bugs because you will deal with that later. And we'll grab one more. Alright, so once you've got your handful of flowers, then you'll take them to the sink and rinse them off, get the bugs off like the ants, and I'll show you the next step. Alright, so as you can see, I've got quite a few of them. I picked some on my walk home today, and we're now just going to trim off the stems, and so we'll do a few of those, and then I'll show you the next step. Literally just trim them down to the base of the flower. You can do a bunch at one time even, whatever, but essentially just trying to get rid of the main part of the stem. Again, don't worry about the ants or bugs. We'll deal with that in a bit. Once you're done with that, then, or while you're doing that actually, go ahead and heat up your kettle of hot water, or on the stove, however you do it, because we'll be steeping them in hot water in a bit. Alright, so now that we've trimmed the stems off, what I'm going to do is put these into a glass jar, and we're going to fill it with cold water so that we don't steep the flowers just yet, but so that we can shake off all the bugs. Just enough to give it a good shake. Again, the point is just to shake loose the bugs. So once you've got it in there, just give it a nice shake. And then we'll get ready to drain out the leaves with a little sieve. Like this. You can also rinse over like this. And now you're ready to put your flowers into whatever you're planning to steep them in hot water. This is quite a bit, so I would put this into a French press, um, maybe like a 10-cup French press, uh, or a pot on the stove. And essentially, you just want to let it soak. So we'll do that next. All right, while my kettle is heating up, I'll actually show you my French press. So this is just my favorite. I had two of these, bought them, and they're pretty robust. But essentially, you just put your flowers into your French press. And if you see an ant or two, it's not the end of the world, to be honest. They're just protein. But shaking them loose should have gotten most of them drained away, for sure. While that kettle is heating up, I'll just discuss the flavor. So it definitely has a strong flower flavor, wild flavor. I never really put sugar in it. I enjoy my tea and my coffee just straight, but you certainly can and put milk in it. The steeping does seem to become stronger the longer you let it steep, which is normal for tea. I haven't really ever had it become bitter. It's more of just a deep flowery taste. Yeah, so essentially we're going to pour the hot water in and then let it soak for about 15 minutes. And then I'll push my French press down. That will probably, with the little filter, catch any other bugs that might have been clinging to the flowers. And yeah, then pour myself a cup of hot tea. I'm sure you could also let it steep overnight in like a windowsill. That might be another way of doing it. But that's it. I'll show you one more clip of that and then we'll be done. Alright, so here we are getting ready to pour some boiling hot water into the French press to steep the tea. You can tell the tea is turning into a yellowish color. And you'll see floating leaves and things like that in the tea. That's fine. The French press will catch them and push them down. But yeah, we'll just let the dandelions steep in the hot water for 15 minutes and then it will be ready to drink. Alright, so here we are in the final stages of our dandelion tea, our flower tea, and I am going to press down the French press. See, we got a bright yellow tea going on here. And what I'll do is grab a mug. Let that cool for a bit. But essentially, this tea is very nutritious, um, and it's freely available. Most gardens, at least in North Carolina, most grassy areas have it, and you can definitely make yourself some dandelion tea. Hopefully these instructions will have given you an idea of how to do that. And of course, if you like the video, as always, hit like and subscribe for more videos.